Our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, puts it perfectly. He writes, in the last 24 hours, Donald Trump wished the Virgin Mary happy birthday. He pitched Hulk Hogan's beer. He talked about Hannibal Lecter. He said he will imprison people he thinks are cheating. He called Elon Musk Leon. He forgot Governor Doug Burgum's name. He called Brian Brar. He said Keystone was Keytown. He called a tampon a tampum. And he said if he loses, Israel will cease to exist. He said nuclear war will begin immediately if he loses the election. He says this will be our last election if he loses the election. He says that the Colorado governor will flee the state if he loses the election. He posted ad after ad of his digital NFTs that he is grifting. He ranted about Vice President Kamala Harris standing on a box at the debate. And he wrapped it all up by saying that schools are performing trans surgeries on students and kidnapping the kids when their parents don't even realize it. Donald Trump did all of that. I have the receipts for it, but let me also show you what Mark Cuban had to say. Mark Cuban writes, no question that mainstream media, or as I call it here on the MeidasTouch Network, corporate media, protects the Republican candidate Donald Trump by not reporting on what he literally says. If anyone else used the exact same language, they would dismiss this individual as incoherent, senile, incompetent, or worse. For all the Trump supporters, Mark Cuban says, I've got a question. Which startups has Donald Trump ever invested in that didn't involve a family member? I'll ask this question. What entity that Donald Trump ran ever performed well? I mean, you take a look at Trump Media, which is like crashing right now. Here's what Mark Cuban also writes. He goes, it's not about saying anything negative or positive or even the volume of either. It's about letting him answer the question he wants. That's what the mainstream media lets him get away with, even if it's not the one he was asked. He never, ever directly answers a question, any question. And that is the failing of the interviewer and the media for not calling him out on it. He was asked, how can we better institutionalize trade policy and national security policy to be coordinated? He gave a 1,000-word answer to everything but the question. Yes, it will happen every interview, but no one ever says he didn't answer the question at all. They Trump-splain for him, or as we call it here at the MeidasTouch Network, they sane wash for him. This is the definition of mainstream media, or we call it corporate media, protecting Donald Trump. He does it in every single interview, and they won't report it. I mean, look, take a look at his own posts and his own words. This is what Donald Trump just posted over the weekend. He goes, happy birthday, Mary. And the image that he shows is the Apparition of Guadalupe right there, which is usually shown in December, not on September 8th. But again, I've never known a Catholic individual who says, happy birthday, Mary, and makes a post like this. Then Donald Trump posts, cease and desist. I, together with many attorneys and legal scholars, am watching the sanctity of the 2024 presidential election very closely because I know better than most the rampant cheating and skullduggery that has taken place by the Democrats in the 2020 election. It was a disgrace to our nation. Just pause there. You filed around 70 cases that were in federal and state courts. You lost essentially all of them. And in most of those cases, the lawyers were sanctioned. Some got their licenses suspended. Some lost their license for making frivolous filings. You lost every single case. It goes on to say, therefore, the 2024 election, where the votes have just started being cast, will be under the closest professional scrutiny. And when I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences so that this depravity of justice does not happen again. It's exactly what Mark Cuban was pointing out in our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, and we point out all the time. His literal words right there, he's again saying that the 2020 election was stolen and rigged, which it was not. He lost by millions of votes and got destroyed in the Electoral College. And based on lies about cheating, he's saying he's going to lock up his political enemies. Nowhere in the New York Times or any of the major corporate media over the weekend or today did they report what his literal words are. They sane wash it for him. Oh, that's Trump being Trump. Yeah, Trump, he sexually assaults people, commits felonies, bankrupts his business. That's just Trump. Why would we have to report on that? Just go and read the literal words right here. He goes on to say, we cannot let our country further devolve into a third world nation, and we won't. Please beware that the legal exposure extends to lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials. Those involved in unscrupulous behavior will be sought out, caught, and prosecutors at levels unfortunately never seen before in our country. And to be very clear, what he's echoing is Project 2025, round up political enemies, come up with another big lie, say there was fraud when there wasn't fraud, and round people up. That's what he's saying. And take a look. He's reposting Tucker Carlson here. He goes, an interview by Tucker Carlson of an election expert indicates that 20% of the mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania are fraudulent. Here we go again. Where is the U.S. Attorney General and FBI to investigate? Where is the Pennsylvania Republican Party? We will win Pennsylvania by a lot unless the Dems are allowed to cheat. The RNC must activate now, exclamation point. And again, so he's now setting up the lie when he loses to say the election was stolen. He's claiming that 20% of mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania are currently fraudulent right now, which is utterly false. And remember, Donald Trump is out there posting memes and posts over and over and over again saying that January 6th was a op that was run by the FBI and it was a psyop that was done. I mean, these are memes that he's posting. As Ron Filipkowski points out as well, here's what he's posting. AI images of Vice President Kamala Harris before a Soviet Union crowd. One of the interesting things, though, is that the Republicans had an event over the weekend where Kimberly Guilfoyle, Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, absolutely bombed. And if you take a look at the AI background of Vice President Kamala Harris that Donald Trump made, actually look at the real background in this disastrous speech given by Kimberly Guilfoyle. Play this clip.
And Act 3 is the art of the comeback.
As many of you may know, I just got married and I plan on expanding my family. With more responsibilities stacking up, I want to make sure my family will have the protection that fits our needs. Now, I'm grateful that I have Policy Genius by my side. Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. It makes choosing the right policy for your family easy and quick. That's why I love it. Policy Genius helps you easily compare your options from America's top insurers in just a few clicks. Their award-winning agents can even walk you through the process step by step. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options are 100% online and let you avoid unnecessary medical exams. Policy Genius has no incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can trust their guidance. Your work-life insurance policy may not offer enough protection that your family needs. Even worse, it may not come with you if you leave your job. So please get the peace of mind that you need by finding the right life insurance with Policy Genius. Head to policygenius.com/Meidas or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/Meidas. One more time, go to policygenius.com/Meidas, and I think you'll see why I trust Policy Genius. policygenius.com/Meidas. Here, Donald Trump posts this Hulk Hogan beer. Hulk Hogan is doing beer. And if he's doing it, it must be good. Great looking can and logo. Give it a try, DJT. And by the way, JD Vance swimming in pools with his shirt on. Weirdo wore his shirt in the pool. This is a TMZ exclusive, if you will. Also, the Trump supporters are selling this for Christmas, this AI image of Donald Trump with his shirt off. I mean, this is some weird stuff here, folks. Can we compare that to Governor Walz speaking at the Human Rights Campaign from this past weekend? Here's what Governor Walz had to say about MAGA Republicans coming up with these heinous lies. Play this clip.
Did you hear? He's got a plan on child care costs that no one in the world understood a damn word about it. Not one thing.
Here's another clip of Governor Walz from that same speech. Let me show it to you. Play this clip.
Think about it in this room. This is what these folks are focusing on, spending all their time. Like reading about two male penguins who love each other is somehow going to turn your children gay, and that's what you should worry about. But here's what I'll tell you. It's a fact of life. Some people are gay. But you know what's not a fact of life? That our children need to be shot dead in schools. That's not a fact of life.
And speaking of all of the incoherent things that Donald Trump says, I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Neuberger, who put this video together right here. He goes, ready for a late night treat. I have taken AI of one of Trump's dumbest campaign rally stories. Here now for your amusement, the boat battery shark story. And I was talking with Jeremy about this, and so I told him we were going to be showing this. So here it is. Let's play it.
I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight? And you're in the boat, and you have this tremendously powerful battery, and the battery's now underwater, and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. Do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.